So you walked away from this one cult, and then you've kind of gone into America.
Which is a cult.
Tell me more about that.
Fox News recently, they're like, Rose McGowan says America was worse than the cult she was in. I'm like, yes, it was. It was harrowing. America was not to be challenged. America did not like to be challenged, and everybody around me wanted things to be done in a very specific way, and I couldn't. It seemed, I say in my book, Dear America, why is your cheese orange? Why is American cheese, that's the actual name of it, a congealed blob, a fluorescent orange, in a plastic wrapping? Does this not say a lot about you?
It's a good question. And so you went from Children of God cults into America, and you're looking at this like, wait a second,
and everyone was telling me how weird it was how I grew up, and I was like, no, it's really weird how you live.
Okay. Nationalism, the way schools were, your education was really different. And
they called me freak every day. They would throw things at me when I'd walk home, and that went on for a number of years, and I was just so bored with it. And you're the ugliest thing I ever seen. And I would say, you saw me, you did not seen me.
And then you get to Hollywood, which is another kind of cult.
It is. It took me a while to really figure that one out. But it's interesting, they say that there's like in the 70 percentile something that if you've been in one cult, you'll likely find yourself in another. And I found that statistic really interesting, and it was borne out to be true for me.
So even though you're hyper aware, something's still pulling you to these different places. Why? How do you get your head around that? Is that a little scary?
It's meta. Yeah, it's big. It is a little scary. It's also, when you're used to really small but intense power structures, it seems there's a familiarity to that. And I think that's what kind of, I didn't go there trying to be famous. I was discovered. So I was never like, I need to be an actor. I have this hole in my chest that's only going to be filled with fame. Not saying that's what actors want, but there's the LA component of that, which does, you know what I mean? You're from there.
Yeah. There's a lot of that in LA.
There is a lot of that in
right.
LA.
But you were bouncing around, homeless, having a pretty crazy time, and boom, you got discovered on the street.
Yeah.
Right after, I think.
My boyfriend had just died.
Right.
Yeah, he had just been killed. That sucked.
And you're having an emotional moment on the street.
And this woman, do you want to be an actress? And I'm crying. And I just thought, what ghastly people are these? And then she knew the person I was standing with, and so they kept approaching and kept calling. And 2 weeks later, I was starring in a movie.